Hello, you rascals, and welcome to episode 32 of the Rugby League Coach podcast. I'm still called Lee Addison. I'm hosting this week, and you would have noticed how much smoother the podcast started with me in charge, because we all know my sidekick, Taylor Brown. I don't know what he takes before he does these things. He is sat in front of a backdrop of grass. Hopefully that doesn't influence any of his consumption choices prior to the podcast. TB, Taylor Brown, how are you, my old China plate?
Great, thanks, Lee, mate. I am in grass. I'll tell you why. Because as we know, today we're going to be talking about halves and 5/8.
Yeah.
And this is just about how I could put it on a string, 5-cent piece. You put it in the grass and I'll find it.
I thought you were going to say that most of them are about the same height as the grass. If the grass is a bit long, you won't be able to see them.
If I ever got my hold on one of them, they'd probably end up in the grass too, but they were too quick for me.
You need to play in long grass like that just to catch them. James Varley is with us from the mother country. We don't forget you, James. I just need to bring it to everyone's attention that yesterday I did a webinar on about getting players fit without flogging them. And what did happen was James turned up dressed like the milk tray man, and I wondered why. And it's because he was at his girlfriend's house. Where are you today, mate?
I'm at home today, Lee. I'm back
good boy,
at home
good boy.
Still dressed smartly for the occasion, I think.
That's right. So,
and it's not a beer; it's a coffee, by the way. Yeah, it's a coffee.
It's definitely good to see a smile when you're down, mate. And there's somebody else who's joined us, and we've not seen him for a while. It's Tim Cheeseman. How you doing, young man? It was your birthday the other day.
Yes, mate. Yes, no, it's really good to be back. Sorry,
What were you up to for your birthday, mate?
Not much. Just kick back, relax with the family. It was good, nice and quiet.
Hope you had a good time. It's good to see you again, mate. And I don't know if you've done this on purpose, but you've arrived just in time to sort of have a little game and a quiz show about the halves, the scrum halves and the standoffs, as James would know them as, or the 5/8, or the halves as we'd know them in Australia. So we're using the term colloquially for everybody who plays in the pivotal positions. First of all, what I will do is ask all three of you some of the best halves you've either played against or watched. I'll start with you, James, because I've got no doubt you'll bring something up from the 90s or the 80s or the 70s or the 60s or the 50s or the 30s.
Gonna be a bit more modern than that. Early 2000s, connected with 90s. Andrew Jones.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, he was.
Tim.
Alfie Langer.
Yeah, Taylor.
I'll tell you why. I was thinking of Andrew Johns too, and me and Tim are going to have some serious battles today, because I reckon if Lee asks for the best halfback that's ever walked the planet Earth, I'm going to say Andrew Johns, and he's going to say someone from up north, and we're probably just going to have to meet halfway and fight because
mine's Cooper Cronk.
I was going to say
I'm a massive Cooper Cronk fan.
Do you still think Cooper Cronk's better than Johns?
No, but I reckon Cooper Cronk's a better game manager in terms of winning competitions and winning origins and whatnot. I really do. Yeah. I think, he wasn't about trick plays. He was about getting his team around the park. And I do believe Johns is one of the best players ever. I really do. And a deserved immortal. Maybe he got it a bit too early in the piece. I don't know. But I certainly feel he's a very damn good player, and I'm a massive Joey fan. But if I could sign one player, it'd be Cronk. My microphone's a bit up and down today. Something happened to the stand, and I was frantically trying to fix it before we came on this pod, and it didn't work out. What I do want to get in...
Did you leave it in the bedroom, the microphone stand?
No comment, officer. I'm pleading the fifth. What I am pleading is for patience and apology. If I've got my aircon on and my Jackie Chan up there, the fan, it is ridiculously warm, isn't it, here in southeast Queensland, Taylor and Tim?
Oh, it's disgusting.
I've never heard that. I've got the Jackie Chan on. I love that. I'm going to use that.
What we're doing while I rest here under the jacket is we are going to play a name association game today, boys. And if I go with Taylor to start, it's going to go James and then Tim, then back to Taylor, then James, then Tim. In this game, the more points you get, the lower down you are on the ladder. So you get a point if you fail. So by name association, what will need to happen is we'll name a half. So by that, I mean half or 5/8, scrum half or standoff. You have then got to, the next person, name a half from the same club, the same national team, or the same state team, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so for example, if Taylor says Alfie Langer, then James, you would have to name a Queensland, Australia, or Bronco half.
Okay.
Okay, and then you would have to follow suit. Of course, if they've played for more than one club. So, for example, if you were to say Cooper Cronk, you could go in the Roosters direction or the Melbourne direction. So, if there's any dispute, we can always go to Dr. Google. And what we will do is, because it's going to be quite a fast-paced game, what we will do, boys, is make sure that we have a good chat about halves at different times and plenty of analysis, because this is our last positional specific podcast. Okay, so like I say, Taylor, for now it's going to go Taylor, James, Tim, because that's where I am looking at you on the screen. So Taylor, your first halfback, please.
Ben Hunt.
James.
Right. Can this be halfback or 5'8"? Can it be either position?
Yep.
Trent Barrett.
Good. Tim?
Alan Langer.
Trent Barrett did not play for the Broncos.
Oh, yep. Gotcha.
So Tim, you get a point. Okay.
But he played for Australia. And so did Alfie.
Good. Yeah. So my bad, Tim. I do apologise.
Got you back, Timmy. Don't worry about that, mate. I got you back, all right?
And this is good. This is a good way of keeping me honest too. So back to you, Taylor.
Scott Prince.
Okay.
James.
Scott Prince.
If there's one called King, you can use that because of Prince King, you know.
Preston Campbell. Gold Coast.
Cleary. Nathan Cleary.
I had one of these before. Yeah.
Hang on, Preston to Nathan Cleary.
Panthers.
Yep, good.
Panthers and Australia.
I had one of these just before the podcast. A Craig Gower.
Right. Craig Gower, right. Greg Alexander.
Greg Alexander, okay. Wally Lewis. Because they were both.
Yeah? What were you saying, Tim?
Oh, they both played. Yeah, Wally Lewis.
Yeah,
Australia.
They both played for Australia.
How good's this game, by the way?
Yeah, it's great. I'm going to take it in a different direction. Daly Cherry Evans, both played for Australia, but we haven't talked about Manly yet.
Right.
Jimbo.
Matt Orford.
Oh, Matty Orford. What a player.
Munster.
Oh, yeah.
They both
Melbourne.
play for Melbourne, yeah.
Great little connection.
But the cheese is killing it.
I don't want to go, but he played for there. Yeah, okay. We'll go Cooper Cronk.
Right. Scott Hill.
Oh, yes.
Staying on Melbourne. And Australia.
Yeah.
And
Harry
New South
Grant.
Wales. Oh. Hang on. Whoa. Has he played in the halves?
Pardon?
Has he played in the halves, Harry Grant?
Yes, he has. He was named in the halves.
Taylor?
Oh.
Can you verify this?
I can't verify. I'm not going to dispute at this late stage. I can't verify, but I can't deny it.
You're on a warning, Cheeseman. Yeah,
Let's
Taylor.
move it over to the West Tigers, Benji Marshall.
Right. Sean Edwards, Balmain.
Very good.
Moses.
Mitch Moses.
Yep.
Not the biblical figure.
No.
Mitch.
And Daniel Mortimer.
Oh, yes.
Right. Peter Sterling.
Oh,
Dylan Brown.
Ooh.
he's played for New Zealand with Jerome Hughes.
Right. Stacey Jones.
Stacey Jones.
Stacey Jones. Kieran Foran.
Kieran Foran played pretty well with Sean Johnson for a while there.
Right. Gene Namu.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Gene Namu.
Gene Namu.
Jing Namu.
New Zealand, yeah.
Warriors and New Zealand.
Is he the first Chinese international to play the game?
Maori, isn't it? No.
Is he?
Yeah.
Jing Namu.
Yeah,
I have to
I
look that
think
up.
he's Maori, yeah.
Never heard of Jing Namu.
Quite a few years ago played, but
trying to think.
Boom.
I've got no clue.
Yeah, he's gone. He's
Can I
gone.
redirect?
No. So that's the first point to Tim. Boys, that was a great stint you put in there. That was really good. What about some of the names that came out then?
Mate, I rattled off Daniel Mortimer.
yeah.
Yeah, he was.
No,
He
I
had
could,
quite a long career in a way. He was.
We played with ended up with the Titans as well.
Didn't he play New South Wales as well for a game or two?
I don't think
Yes,
so.
he did. Yeah, Mortimer.
I could have gone back and had Brett Kenny for Parramatta.
Hey, the game's not over. The game's not over, James.
Sorry.
He gets too
Sorry.
excited. Too excited.
Yeah.
What we'll do now is we will just, because each round we're going to do something slightly different. So this time it's just on the club side of things.
Okay.
This time we're going to go James Taylor, Tim. James Taylor, Tim. James, if I were you, I'd pull something out of the pommy section.
I'll start. Right. Craig Pollamounta.
Taylor.
Who did he play for? Give me something.
Don't James.
Okay.
Did he play for
Don't give him
Wakefield.
anything, James.
Wakefield, the same club that John's played for?
I won't say a word.
Even that's wrong. Taylor,
John-
you're getting a point. You're getting a point. We've
Didn't
gone
Johns
from
play for them? Who did Johns
play
play
for Warrington.
Warrington.
We've just had a really long game, and then the shortest game in history. Tell us a bit about Pollamounta, James.
Canterbury Bulldogs halfback from the 80s, 90s time. Here's
Correct.
5'8".
More 90, I think.
More 90s, I think, really, wasn't it? Yeah. I thought that might just be a good one to catch out. So
Yeah, you pipped me at the post there. I was born in 93.
Yeah.
Tim, you had to work hard during that round, so you can start now. And it's going to go Tim, James, Taylor.
Okay, go Wally Lewis.
So Broncos.
Right.
Why don't you just
Darren
tell everyone
Lockyer.
the answer? Yeah.
Darren Lockyer.
Thank you, James.
Anthony Milford.
Tim.
Alan Langer.
James.
Right. So this can be British clubs as well, can't it? George Williams.
Off Alan Langer.
Yeah, Warrington.
Yep.
Langer
Was he at Warrington?
Yeah.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You're screwed now, Taylor.
Andrew Johns. You just told me he played for Warrington.
Well, yeah.
Tim.
Brown goes bang. Tim's in trouble.
Ponga.
Who?
Ponga has been
Right.
listed in the halves.
Ponga
Yep.
for Warrington.
No.
For
Newcastle.
Broncos.
For the trial this
Newcastle.
weekend.
On the back of Johns.
Oh, no. You got to. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Right.
It's my turn, isn't it? Yeah.
No, James's.
James
Is
is.
it mine? Right. I thought we swapped order. Didn't we?
Oh, it is.
Michael Hagan.
Ooh.
James is on fire. It's like you've come prepared, James.
Anybody would think I was.
Oh, he's in my head. He played for New South Wales for that many years, and then he got done for steroids.
Which one?
Oh, it's eluded me now. Kalen Ponga played for Queensland. Jonathan Thurston. But you'll know who I'm talking about. Played for Newcastle for years. Anyway, sorry. Jonathan Thurston. His name eludes me now.
Shit. Thurston and trying to think of his name.
Killing me now. Any half that played for Queensland.
Darren Lockyer.
Haven't we had that in this round already?
No,
We
not
did
this
for
round.
Broncos.
Ridman's 5'8" for Broncos.
Yeah, Tim, you get a point.
Okay.
We've had it already.
You know who I was
Right.
thinking of? That
Who?
Newcastle halfback.
Who?
Jared Mullen.
Jared Mullen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mullins, yeah.
Staying on the club thing, boys, I am now going to pick the club.
Right.
Okay, and the order now goes Taylor, James, Tim again. Manly Sea Eagles.
Yeah, I already used him before.
No, you can. You can use him again. You can use him again.
Daly Cherry Evans.
Thank you. James.
Jeff Tuvey.
Oh, yes. Tim.
Lions. Glippy Lions.
Jamie Lyon.
Oh, Jamie Lyons.
Which lion are we talking, Tim?
Are you going Jamie?
Cliffy Lions or
Yeah, Lions.
Cliff Lions? So
That's
you're
it,
up,
Cliff.
Taylor.
Jamie Lyon.
Thank you. James.
Right. Brett Kenny. To Parramatta from Jamie Lyon.
Nice. Tim.
Kieran Foran.
Tim
Nice.
Smith.
Nice.
Dylan Brown.
Nice.
Dylan Walker.
Nice.
Greg Inglis. They played at the Rabbitohs together, and Greg Inglis played a little bit of 5'8".
Right. Right.
Tim. Was it James? James.
This brings me in it. Owen Craigie at South.
Oh, great
Brilliant.
pick.
Adam Reynolds.
John Sutton.
Phil Blake.
Who?
Phil Blake is right.
Phil Blake. Sorry, I just heard Blake. That's all I heard.
Yeah,
Phil Blake.
Phil Blake.
Phil Blake.
No, sorry, boys. Another point for me.
Another point for Tim. Let's have a bit of a chat about halves for a while. Some of the best names that we've come up with. Well, I mean, Taylor, your recollection of some of the names that we've just pulled out of the bag.
I think I said at the start of the podcast, I think my favourite ever half is Andrew Johns. I think he's the best ever. And I think I feel like because I was a young New South Welshman, I had that connection to him. Like I was sort of 11, 12 in 2005, which was when he was really, humming there, Andrew Johns, around those times. Even that 2001, 2002, he was really on fire. And I read his book. It was one of the first books I've ever read that wasn't like a kid's book or something like that. It was an absolute sensational read. And the way he spoke about how his game was defined and how he went to new levels when he realized how he could game manage the game. And just his depth of knowledge was just sensational. I mean, I had the Andrew Johns kicking book and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, Lee, Lee, sorry. I was never a halfback.
Me, Lee.
You know me, Lee. I was never a halfback. But I would still stay outside for hours and hours trying to kick the Joey Dons kick. And I just think the impact he had on a whole generation of footballers was second to none. I still think almost unrivaled to this day.
Some of your favourites that we mentioned there, Tim?
I love Cooper Cronk and also like Alfie Langers and that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
Jonathan Thurston and Cooper Cronk, I really like those as a combination. That was good.
Yeah. James?
I liked, Alan Langer and Andrew Johns, really. Langer just steering the team around so well. And he even, after he'd had that spell at Warrington, he was still called up for Queensland. Still brought him back into the team.
That's right. Okay, this theme. Halves, so halves and 5/8 who have won a competition. It's going James Taylor, Tim. James Taylor, Tim. Okay? So whatever competition, Super League or NRL or what they used to be called, I'm more than happy for them to come out, but they've got to have won a premiership.
Can that be an old style title win rather than a grand final?
Yep.
Right.
It can be the local league half and 5/8 for all I care, as long as they won the comp.
James Luff.
Right. I'm going to go with Andy Gregory.
Little Andy Gregory. I do remember Ray French, right? Once commentating on Andy Gregory and going, little Andy Gregory, 5'5", 15 and a half stone. Once described to me as having the physique of a bollard in a car park. And he did that live on television, Taylor.
Did he?
Taylor, you're up.
Bollard in a car park. That's great.
Little Andy Gregory.
I'm going to go with the Dragons 2010 halves pairing, Jamie Soward and Ben Hornby.
Oh, two of them.
Oh, don't we have to do a pairing?
No.
Oh, sorry. I like that.
That means you can skip the next round. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't want to skip the next round.
No, well, I'm just giving you a leg up here, son. Jeez. Tim? He's on mute.
You're on mute, Tim.
Tim?
Yeah, I've got a kid running past asking for
that's all right.
stuff.
We'll ask them about
just ask him to shut up.
She doesn't.
Did you enjoy training tonight, Tim?
Yeah, it was excellent.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Good size group.
Was
buying you a bit of time, Tim, because you're losing. Hello, child in background.
St. George. Who else played in St.
George? Just halves that have won a comp, Tim.
Oh, Cooper Cronk.
James?
Laurie Daly with the green machine.
Oh, hold on. What, the green machine? There's only one green machine. Taylor, you're through already. Tim?
Ricky Stewart.
James?
Right. I'm just having a bit of a... Jerome Hughes with Melbourne.
Yeah.
Billy Smith.
Tim, yeah.
Billy Smith.
Billy Smith, who's that?
St. George.
What year? 1952.
63 to 65.
Oh, he's Googling. He's Googling this bloke.
That's what you usually do.
Negative, not this time. James Maloney. Pick any side that he won a comp with.
Yeah.
Tim?
Brad Fittler.
James, I'm forgetting my order here. Tim?
Fittler. Alfie Langer.
Taylor?
It's James's turn, isn't it? Or is it my
James,
turn?
Tim, Taylor. James. I don't know. I've forgotten. Yeah. Taylor, you're
don't you yell at me, Lee. That's
I'm not yelling.
It's your last warning, mate. Don't yell at me.
Oh, my game, my rules, my pod, my microphone, my...
Craig Wing. Did Craig Wing... He won a comp at Souths. Roosters.
Did he play in the halves, Tim?
Yeah, Craig Wing did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Wing did.
He played half or he played hooker.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Who's next? Is it you, James?
It's me now. Darren Lockyer at Brisbane.
Wally Lewis.
Taylor.
2011, 2012. Oh, that was the Storm again with Cronk. Yeah, they were always winning with Cronk, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
13 was the Roosters with Mitchell Pearce.
James.
Tim,
I mean.
Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah, James.
Right. Just a minute look here.
Right, who did he play for?
Benji Marshall with Wes.
Oh, yes. James.
Adam Reynolds, the Rabbitohs.
Oh, you know you're in the lead at the minute, Jimbo.
Scott Prince.
Scott Prince, yeah. Tim
Right,
just sat there, look at him. Stroke your beard to make it look like you're orange. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
With his big medallion on and the cap in his
Scott Prince. Right.
Did you just say Scott Prince, James?
No, I didn't.
You did say it.
You did. Oh, I see you. You can't repeat that.
You did say
No,
it.
I wasn't repeating. I was just
You bloody well said it,
game
James.
Okay.
Right.
The
next category. Losing a grand final.
Oh,
this will be hard.
You got a Ben Hunt, don't you, for the Broncos?
Yep.
Cooper Cronk.
Yeah.
Who did he lose one with?
Melbourne.
Right.
Yeah.
40 zip.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I was at Manly too.
Yeah. I'm just trying to...
That was their last comp win, wasn't it?
It's my turn now, won't it?
Yes.
Gary Freeman.
When did he lose one?
1988 for Balmain.
Lovely.
It's my turn. Hang on a minute.
Tim, it's Taylor's turn.
Hang on. Cody Walker with the Rabbitohs this year. Just gone.
Oh, yeah.
Moses.
Again.
The biblical one or Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Moses also lost a game.
Parted the defence.
He lost a grand final, was beaten by Jerusalem. Jesus was playing fullback.
Dylan Brown in the same team.
Yeah, they did lose a comp after the league picked them all year. Roosters. Who did Roosters beat? They would have beat the Storm, who had Jerome Hughes in the halves.
Munster. Cam Munster.
Same team.
Same game.
Just trying to...
I feel like I'm
sure
going to break
North
out
Queensland,
into song with this, mate. Hey, you what, James?
I'm sure North Queensland will have lost when Thurston was playing.
Yep. Oh, no.
Right, all right.
He was injured, wasn't he, for that one?
Yes,
Michael
he was.
Logan carried him.
All right.
Oh, James.
Okay.
Hang
We're
on,
even,
though.
James.
Yeah, because
some would argue.
you're still at the bottom of the ladder, Tim.
Yeah, I know that.
Taylor, you're in the lead now.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We're going to have a different round now. What we're going to do is you're going to pick the best halfback pairing from a club that I name. So you're just going to pick two names, a 5'8" and a half.
Mm-hmm.
A scrum half and a standoff. Okay.
Do they have to be the same
era?
Oh.
No. And I will then decide which one's the best. So this is down to my judgment. Okay. The club is Wigan Warriors.
Go away. I forfeit. I don't know any halves of the Wigan Warriors, and I'm not going to Google it. I'm not going to lie.
Just keep them to yourself. Keep them to yourself, and then
Tim bloody I forfeit.
Have you all got access to your phone? So maybe you could text them me, or
I've got access to the phone.
Have you got access to your phone, Tim, or are you on it?
I'm on my phone.
Okay.
You want me to text it? Lee,
so what I'll get? Are you on your phone, James?
I am. Yeah, it's here. Yeah.
All right. So if you two text me your halves for Wigan, you're allowed to Google. And Tim, when I've received their text, you name your halves for Wigan. When I receive their message. And then we know that then we know that there's no cheating. Thanks, James. Got yours?
Okay.
Taylor's trying to learn how to spell. Taylor's a whole podcast here going on. You're still Googling where's Wigan.
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh.
Mm.
I've got it. I'm texting you now.
All right, thank you. Sorry about this, listeners and viewers. I'm sure this is scintillating. Listening and watching. You're watching and listening to episode 32 of the Rugby League Coach podcast. We're playing a name association game all around the halves. We're just having a little break from that while we play this game. I'm just waiting for a text from Taylor Brown. Taylor Brown is only just up the road from me, but here it is. Oh, we've got the text. Thank you, Tim. If you can name your Wigan halves, please.
No.
You don't know?
Nope.
Okay. Taylor sent through Adrian Lamb and Tom Luai.
Luluai.
Yeah, him. And I'm sorry, mate, but James has trumped you. Sean Edwards, Andy Gregory. So, however, what's going to happen is James is going to get no points. Taylor's going to get 1.
Yeah.
And Tim's
awesome.
going to get 2.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
so remember, the person with the most points today loses. Okay, so, okay, the next club, Canterbury Bulldogs. Get your texts ready, Taylor and James. Get your fingers on the buzzers.
So this has
Canterbury
to be a
Bulldogs, the best halfback partnership for Canterbury Bulldogs. I have Taylor's offering already.
I need one more.
Oh, I'm just laughing at your spell check.
Does this have to be when they actually played together in the same team?
No.
All right. Okay. Right. Let's get mine ready.
Have you got yours ready, Tim?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of it. Oh, yep.
Right, I'm sending it.
So, for all those listening and watching the Rugby League Coach podcast on YouTube, Spreaker, Spotify, or Apple, we just got the tension here. International tension as we're trying to think of halves. I've got James Varley's. Okay, can you put yours up, Tim, now, please?
Lamb and Burton.
Lamb and Brian Burton from Tim. Not Brian Burton, what's his name? Matt Burton. Brian Burton, the bloke I used to coach at Hippie High. Taylor has gone Lamb and Sherwin.
Shifty Sherwin.
I had to laugh because originally he put Brent Ware in.
Yeah.
And James has gone Terry Lamb and Thurston. Hey.
Thurston didn't actually play in the halves. He was never ever named in the halves of the Bulldogs.
Right.
Oh, where was he named?
14th, on the bench.
But he was there as a half, though.
Yes, he was, but he never got named in the halves.
Oh, mate.
Because the guy who took over from him is a guy called Ben Green.
And am I right in thinking Shifty Sherwin kept him out of the jumper, Taylor?
Yes, you would be.
That means, Taylor, you win this round.
Right.
Yeah.
James, for that disgraceful offering.
And Shifty Sherwin also had one of the best
You get 2
nicknames.
points. And Tim, for offering your great guidance, you only get 1 point against you. Okay, one more club we're going to pick. Gold Coast Titans.
It's not funny, Lee.
Oh.
Tough old couple of years, the Titans. Oh.
Thanks, James.
Yep.
Thanks, Taylor. Are you ready, Tim?
Yep.
Go on.
Scott Prince and Kieran Foran.
Oh.
Whoa.
James has sent Scott Prince and Jamal Fogarty. And Taylor has sent Preston Campbell and Aidan Seized.
Caesar. Aiden
I
Caesar.
know, but it says seized.
Oh,
Stuck on that one.
Tim, I'm going to give you that one because of Kieran Forum. I'm a Kieran Forum fan. So no points to Tim on that occasion. Jamal Fogarty. Am I right in thinking he's been a little bit underwhelming, Jamal Fogarty, at
at the Raiders.
At Titans?
I would. Yeah.
I'm a Preston Campbell fan. Scott Prince. I mean, surely Scott Prince the best half, though.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
so-
I can't believe I missed him. Can't believe I missed
So
him.
2 points for you, Taylor, and James, 1 for you. So the scores at the minute: 6 points for Tim, 5 points to James, 4 points to Taylor. So Taylor, that means you are in the lead still. Okay, back to word association. Halves that have played in Britain.
That have played in Britain.
Yeah, we're going Taylor, James, Tim in that
We
order.
texting again, or just coming out with them?
No, you just come out with them.
So I'm first?
Yep.
James Maloney.
Yep.
To be clear, do they have to have played in Britain?
The British comp. My
in
apologies.
the British comp, sorry.
So who's next? So is it me? Oh.
Yep.
Alan Langer.
Andrew Johns.
Taylor.
Tom Lulawai.
Yep.
Trent Barrett.
Yep.
Aiden Caesar.
Yep.
And that was a
Taylor.
stitch up too. He should never have gone over there. Brody Croft.
Yeah. Got on a steal.
Henry Paul.
Yep. James is not losing this round.
Nah.
Determined not to.
Greg Bird.
Yep.
Birdie. Yeah, Johnny Lomax.
Yeah, but he's not Australian.
Oh, does it have to be an Australian?
Yeah, or New Zealand. So
Oh.
Taylor, you get a point there.
Well, when was that specified?
Just then, I mean.
I want to see the terms and conditions.
Okay.
Where's the contract?
Halves who have played for New Zealand. This order goes James, Tim, Taylor. James, Tim, Taylor.
Country New Zealand or New Zealand Warriors?
The country, New Zealand.
God defend.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Halves who've played for New Zealand. Right,
Yeah.
Okay. Stacey Jones.
Stacey Jones, Tim,
Yeah.
Kieran Foran.
Taylor,
Sean Johnson.
James,
Gary Freeman.
Tim,
Dylan Brown.
Taylor,
Jerome Hughes.
James,
Go back to Benji Marshall.
Tim,
Young fella.
I think the screen keeps freezing when we get to Tim. Oh.
Ah,
Boom. Point to Tim. Point to Tim.
That was a tough one.
I know.
That
7.
was a tough one.
Right. Good.
Halves who have played for merged clubs.
Oh, does it have to be pre and post merge or just merged clubs?
So clubs that have merged. So, for example, Balmain, West Magpies,
Yeah,
or West Tigers.
okay. Luke Brooks.
I didn't say you were starting.
All right. Well, then who's starting?
You. So
Luke-
Taylor,
Luke
Tim,
Brooks.
James, Luke Brooks. Yeah, Tim.
Benji Marshall.
Yeah, James.
Noel Goldthorpe.
Oh, no, Taylor.
Ooh.
I'm going to go back to the Dragons and say Ben Hunt.
Tim.
Oh, what's his name? Aiden Caesar.
Ooh. Who did
Did
he
he
play
play?
for?
Yeah.
Oh no, no. Wrong one.
Point to Tim. Okay, I can't believe none of you mentioned Tommy Radonikis. So,
I was going to move on to actually Anthony Mundine.
oh, wow. So, what's going to happen now? If James was to say Tommy Radonikis, then Tim, you have to say a half that either has a T, their first or last name, or an R, their first or last name. Okay?
Radio.
Right. So I'm.
Did you get it? So, So, James, you're first.
Trent
Tommy.
Barrett.
Trent Barrett. Yeah. Tim?
Yeah.
Luke Brooks.
Good.
Luke Metcalf,
Who's he?
playing half for the Sharks right now.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
James?
Right. So either an L or an M in the first or last name.
Yeah.
Andrew
at the start.
Doonan.
Andrew?
What?
He's got an M in his last name, though.
Oh, he's got to start with a.
All right, okay. Can I have another go?
You can start this
No.
one, James. You can start this one. You start, James.
Right. Brett Kimorley.
Yeah.
Kimorley.
Tim?
Benji Marshall.
Taylor? Taylor Brown. No.
Oh, this is actually Ben Roberts.
James?
Right. Ricky Stewart.
Oh,
Lovely. I love the emphasis he put. Ricky Stewart.
Radonicus.
Tommy Radonikis. Taylor?
Tim Smith.
Oh, James.
Right.
This is just about surviving this one.
Jamie Soward.
Oh, cracker.
Jerome Hughes.
Jack Littlejohn.
Who's he?
Jack Littlejohn. He was the half that he played a couple of games for Manly before he went overseas.
Not Jack Littlejohn, is it? It's Is it? I've never heard of him. Have you, Tim?
No.
No, you've made that
Jack
up.
Littlejohn is an Australian professional rugby league footballer who last played for Salford Red Devils, played for West and Manly Sea Eagles.
Well done.
In the NRL as a halfback and 5'8". I will take
Lovely.
apologies in form of emails.
Right.
Mate, I'm apologising to you now.
I still want it written. Who's that?
Is it me now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jack Whiten.
Oh, such an easy one. And I went for Jack Littlejohn.
Jack Bird.
Oh,
Ooh.
Here, Taylor.
Andrew Johns.
Sorry,
Jack
mate.
Bird, Andrew Johnson.
Written.
Where'd you get that from?
Johns.
Oh, Jack Bird, yeah. I was thinking of Greg Bird.
Right. Jerome Luai.
Yep. So JNL.
Laurie Daly.
Oh,
Oh, my cat's here. Hello, Penny. Give me a kiss.
this might get me. Oh, this might get me.
She's trying to drink more water. Oi.
Adrian Lamb.
Oh, out of jail.
Right. Adam Reynolds.
Oh,
Lovely. Tim.
Adam Dewey.
Lovely.
nice one. Adam Dykes.
Tom Dearden.
James just rattling him out here.
He's killing it.
Hands on his
He's got
chin.
a list. He's got a list. He's been doing a list for 3 years.
Tim. What are you doing, Penny?
Darren Lockyer.
Oh. Jeez, this is good. Luke Brooks. Lockhill. And I'm back, baby. Ooze.
Lachlan Ilias.
Lovely, James. Lovely.
Oh, this is getting tough.
Who's next? Is it you, Tim?
Yeah.
It's Tim.
Is it Scott Imms? Played for the Titans, I think it was.
Who?
Imms.
Imms.
Im.
As in, like,
IMNES.
can you have a look, please, Taylor? Research team.
Scott.
My cat's sat on my phone at the minute. So.
I
Get off
am.
it, Penny.
What is it? I am.
IMNES.
Never heard of him, me.
Nah.
Nah, made it up. Tim, another point to you.
No
I
worries.
think, boys, is a clear bottom of the ladder here, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
But James and Taylor, you only have a point between you, so I'm going to put you in the grand final together.
What do you mean? Well, it's a Super League, what's it called? The soccer, this first past the post.
No.
Yeah, first past the post. end of regular season.
So you're in the grand final. So now to the tiebreaker. So Taylor, you've got to win just one. James, you've got to win two of them. Okay.
Do we need buzzers?
Name two.
Tickets, please.
Yeah, tickets, please. And
What was mine again?
this
Far
week is
out,
going to be
boys.
yeah,
Far
right.
out.
Far out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Tickets,
Okay.
please.
Tickets, please, and yeah, right. Okay. I'm going to an article from the Raw.
Yep.
I don't want you to look it up, right?
Okay.
But it's about 5/8.
Mhm.
And it's listed 10 of the best, okay,
Yes.
of the NRL era. I want you both to list the 10 best of the NRL era. Okay? I want you both to text them. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Right. You name one, Taylor. James names one. You name one, Taylor. James names one. Blah, blah, blah. The first one who gets one wrong gets a point.
Okay.
All right. So, Taylor, you're up.
Jonathan Thurston.
James.
These are 5/8. Trent Barrett.
Good. Taylor.
Brad Fittler.
Good. James.
Right. The NRL. Darren Lockyer.
Yep. Taylor.
James Maloney.
No.
Oh.
Point to Taylor. Okay. So that means
That would be close.
that now this is the absolute tiebreaker. This is the grand final, the last minute of the grand final now. Okay.
Yeah.
The top 10 halves in rugby league history from Australia. So halfbacks. James, you go first.
Right. Peter Sterling.
Yep.
He's not on the list. Oh, Andrew
Taylor.
Johns. Andrew Johns.
Let me check. I'm
Oh,
sure
let
he
me
is.
check. Grow
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
James.
Jonathan Thurston.
Let me check just in case. Yep.
Is he in both?
I think he's more halfback anyway, isn't he?
Well,
Cooper Cronk will be in there.
Alan Langer.
Whoa. I've not. Oh, jeez. Penny got scared then.
Jeez.
Yeah, Cronk was in there. Yeah. I've got to check it because it's quite a long article. You said Langer. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
No, he's not in there. No way is he in there.
He's not been named.
Right.
He's not been
right.
named in this article, I don't think.
Top 10 Aussie halfbacks.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
surprising.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez.
What
Taylor?
number is he?
3. So you've got 1, 2, and 3 already. Jonathan Thurston, Andrew Johns, Alfie Langer, Sterling, number 4.
They're still going.
Yeah.
This is a bit of stress. This one.
It's all-time rugby league, by the way.
Sorry?
It's all-time rugby league. It's not just since Taylor was born. And there is a couple of modern ones that you've not mentioned yet. Modern-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Modern-ish that we haven't mentioned. No, he wouldn't be in there.
I'm not going to put a time limit on this because...
I'm going to say this one, but I think I should have mentioned him in the 5/8s, but I'm going to take a gamble and put him in. Benji Marshall.
Nah.
No.
James, you are this week's winner.
Tell me the rest of the 10. Tell me the rest of the 10.
The 10. In 10.
Ricky Stewart.
Tommy Raudonikis.
Tommy Raudonikis.
Good player. In 9, Billy Smith. Didn't you mention him earlier, Tim?
You did.
Yeah, a centre in St George's 63 and 65 grand finals, but then he went to the halves and won the 7 in the last of the Dragons 11 premierships.
Yep.
In 8, Ricky Stewart.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ricky.
7, Keith Holman. 6, Cooper Cronk. 5, Duncan Thompson. 4, Peter Sterling. And then let's play. Well, let's not play. Let's just talk about who the Raw list as the best halves in the NRL era. So we've mentioned Joey a fair bit today. Boys, Joey or Jonathan Thurston? Who would you pick first? Joey, me too. Joey.
I'd pick Thurston only because of his goal kicking.
Okay.
Andrew Johns could goal kick.
Not as good as Thurston.
Oh, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good, but he wasn't as good as Thurston. When it comes down to the crunch, Johns missed more than what Thurston ever did.
Jonathan Thurston, goal kicking record. Let's see if he's got his kick percentage.
Next one, Cooper Cronk's mentioned at 3. 4, Brett Kamali.
Oh, Brett Kamali's
We've not really mentioned him tonight, have we?
No.
Your thoughts on him, boys?
Brett Kamali was great. I think Brett Kamali will always the problem with Brett Kamali, he had a great career. The Sharks, he would just always be known how good he was. The problem with Noddy is that he will always be remembered for that pass that Thurston picked up and ran away in Origin. Yep. And it's just such a shame that big moments like that can retard with a whole career of success, because he was a great halfback. But everyone it'll never be forgotten. It'll never be forgotten.
No.
Well, it's exactly the same as Ben Hunt's when he dropped that ball.
Yes.
I think he's playing great football lately.
He's a good hooker. Good at hookering.
Very good.
If Ben Hunt never dropped that ball, you probably would have had him in a lot of these halfback conversations, because he's been sensational, you know.
The Raw has David Cherry Evans at 5 and then Alan Langer at 6. I don't know what planet they're on there.
No, I don't either. No.
And Mitchell Pearce at 7 above Nathan Cleary.
Right.
I don't get that one. And Nathan Cleary above Stacey Jones and Ricky Stewart.
Is that the top 10?
Yeah.
I don't think, Cleary's still got a lot to do to try and take off Stacey Jones. Stacey Jones is...
I think one of the big question marks about Cleary... Oh, sorry, Taylor. One of the big question marks about Cleary at the minute, I'm a massive Cleary fan. I've seen him live a couple of times and I really think he's good. What did worry me, though, is how he played in the World Cup for Australia and how he's performed occasionally for New South Wales. And it's almost as if being out of that Penrith ecosystem causes him a few issues. So I definitely think that he's going to be one of the better ones. But I do still think he's got a lot of work to do, is my personal opinion. What were you going to say, Taylor?
Well, Stacey Jones never won a comp.
No.
Never won a comp.
No, but he won a World Cup.
Yeah, he won a World Cup for New Zealand. Yes, I'll pay that. Absolutely, against Australia, which is such a rare thing to do. Nathan Cleary, at his age, has won a World Cup, has won a State of Origin series, and has won 2 competitions for Penrith. He is 24 years old. if you're talking about projection, if he steers New South Wales to 1-2 series wins, and then he, wins another World Cup, maybe 2, I mean, can there be much more debate that he's up there with one of the best? I mean,
don't get me wrong.
I don't think he'll be ever in the same breath as Cooper, Cronk, or Thurston, because I don't believe he'll ever get the Origin streak that they had. I look at the next 10 years of Origin. I don't think, as much as it pains me to say, I don't think New South Wales are going to go on this lengthy streak. I think the time for that's been the last 4 years, and they have had some good competitions, but they've also lost the series. Like, they've had some great games, but they've lost series, and I don't think because of that. If Cleary had gone, if they'd won the last 2 series and he'd played instrumentally in those, or even just played in the team and played well, and they won the last 2 and they were now 4 on the trot, he's got a World Cup, he's got 2 NRL grand finals, then he'd be seriously in the conversation for GOAT.
He's doing seriously well. He's doing seriously.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's the only box he really hasn't ticked, the Origin stuff.
But I just see what Stacey Jones has done for New Zealand Rugby League. And that, I think, is instrumental. That's why I think he should be above Cleary, just for that simple fact. And it'll only time will tell with Nathan Cleary.
Well, I already rate Nathan Cleary above Daly Cherry Evans.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
On the GOAT list. Yep. Comfortable. I think he's 24, 25, and I still already rate him there.
Yeah.
And nothing against Cherry Evans, but, Cherry Evans was unfortunate to spend most of his rep career stuck behind Cooper Cronk and Jonathan Thurston and some of the all-time greats, But unfortunately, the same could be said about Matt Ballin with the hooking
Scotty
rolls.
Prince.
You know what
Scotty
I mean?
Prince.
Exactly right. So, yes, he's great, but I think Nathan Cleary already trumps those Cherry Evans and some of those fellas. I think he already trumps Mitchell Pearce, to be honest, in my opinion.
The next lot that have been mentioned, 11 Ben Hunt, 12 Sean Johnson, 13 Scott Prince, 14 Craig Gower, 15 Matt Orford. We only mentioned him once. He was another one that probably suffered from having Joey around and Noddy around and whatnot.
I was going to say it's the strength of the opposition at that time as well, really.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So. Adam Reynolds is in 16, Jerome Hughes 17. I don't mind Jerome Hughes, but to put him so high in that list, that is actually a bit shocks me a little bit, actually.
Guys, can I ask a quick question? What are your thoughts on this young Brisbane teenager that's all of these dramas all over, and the Broncos have put $500,000 transfer fee?
Is he the one who was filthy with them for some reason?
Yep. Yes. Carl Oluwapu. Now, let me say this. I think that if you sign a contract, you sign a contract and you stay there. But I think there is something to be said about in what condition did he sign that contract. They're saying that there was promises made that were never fulfilled, and he got into a room and he was asked to sign a contract. And I don't believe there should be any signatures on any contracts without a third-party person from the NRL being there and witnessing. And I reckon that's especially more important for young fellas. I really think it is. And you wouldn't have this situation if you had an NRL representative there at the time. He's saying that he was offered a contract and he was sat in a room. They said, you got to sign it before you leave. And they had like an hour, and he was with his older brother, and his older brother doesn't, they're obviously being Islander fellas, they struggled a little bit with the context and all that sort of stuff. So really, there should be a period where they're offered a contract and there's a time away. There needs to be a week before the contract can be signed, in my opinion. I'd like to
cooling
see
off period kind of thing.
Almost a cooling off period where the contract's offered where you can't sign it for a week, and there has to be an NRL representative present at the signature. I think all of those things need to be registered with the NRL. And I don't even care if you stop it after 22, 23. I just think the young fellas need to be protected a little more in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he signed this contract and then had, saw dollar signs. I don't know. I don't know the whole situation. But if what he said and is being reported in the papers why he wants out, I kind of believe him, because he was willing to give up rugby league to stand on his beliefs.
The next lot mentioned, and we didn't mention this name, so 19 Adrian Lamb, 20 Brent Sherwin, but number 18 was Ben Hornby.
Yes, St. George.
I mentioned Ben Hornby tonight. I think Ben Hornby played his best football at fullback, though. I thought he was great in fullback.
We didn't go into details, I suppose. That's my only.
Yeah, Ben Hornby, I think he was a better fullback than he was great halfback though, and turned into one of the greater minds and coaches in the game as well. Of course, he's up with the Cowboys with Dean Young. They both made the move up there together.
The Raw have then listed a final 5. Mitchell Moses in 21. Not a bad player, Mitchell. A lot of pressure put on him, and
I think he's getting better with age.
I do. I think they just want him to pull rabbits out of the hat, and I don't think he needs to. Number 22, Brett Finch. We'll just move on. Number 23, Jason Taylor.
Yeah, Jason Taylor.
Not Sydney Bears.
I was gonna talk about
West
Jason
Magpies,
Taylor
I think,
when
we
did the merger clubs, because North Sydney merged with Northern Eagles, and then the Eagles famously kicked them out.
24, Chad Townsend.
Yep.
25, Luke Brooks.
Yep.
I don't know about Luke Brooks. I don't know why he's on that list. I think there's probably been.
I think because he got he won best halfback for a couple of years ago. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. Best halfback in the NRL.
Possibly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's that bad a player at all. I wish he'd leave West Tigers and start in a different system somewhere. But I think it is what it is, and I can't understand why he's on that list.
I just think that divorce needs to happen.
Mm.
I think you've got one party in the Tigers and one party in Luke Brooks that are both sort of staring at the same divorce papers that they have for 3 years, but no one signed them yet.
That's right.
I mean, is that a fair thing to say? I think Luke Brooks would benefit from being away from the Tigers, and the Tigers would benefit from being away from Luke Brooks. It's like watching, a relationship unfold where you kind of care about both sides, and you're saying, someone just cut it out. Someone just, sign the contract and move on. And it's just not happening, unfortunately. And I worry for Luke Brooks that he's going to get to the end of his career and there'll be a what if.
100%.
I think that definitely could be something that happens for Luke.
To the listeners and the viewers, I do apologise that a lot of the analysis came in the second half of this pod because we're too busy playing the name association game. Boys, we have completed all the positions. Now, we were going to come up with a team at some point, but this pod has probably gone on a bit too long. So should we leave that for next week's pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it for next week's pod. But
so we'll come up with the best team between
Lee. Are we moving on to the issues now next week? There's some trial games this weekend.
Yeah, get some issues going.
Are we getting stuck in? Because we spoke about it a little last week, but the CBA doesn't look like it's going to be finalised anytime before next week.
And this talk that it's been 14 months. I didn't know that.
So there's
a worry.
There's a little bit of CBA stuff to talk about. We're going to have the trials, the Dolphins, their first run around this weekend against the Capras in Rockhampton.
Okay.
Broncos.
Is that getting televised at all?
That is being streamed. I haven't been contacted to commentate.
Is Taylor commentating on it?
I'm commentating the Broncos trial, actually.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
So, no, I'm not doing the Dolphins one. But
Tim and James, how smooth did this pod go with me hosting? Right, Taylor just loses control all the time, eh?
Oh, and
I've
this
been
one,
trying to teach
this
him.
one, we'll do a word association and a club too. Get into the issues.
Oh, you're so
Get into the chat.
You hurt me so much, Taylor. Good to see you again, Tim. Thanks for joining us, and good to be back on the paddock with you.
That was awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, James. Yep. You're looking younger every week. Love must be
having a good influence on my complexion.
Yeah. Taylor, what do you think of the microphone, the freewheeling?
Your microphone?
Love on the rocks, James Varley.
I love it. There is a certain glow to James, and there's the smile's a little wider. And
look at him.
Look, I'm happy when you see James happy.
Yeah.
He couldn't be happier if he was riding a Harley.
Oh, not going to karaoke.
Thank you very much. Taylor, good to see you again.
Thank you, Lee.
All right. Soon enough, we'll be doing Queensland League Scene again or something, won't we?
Yes, Queensland League Scene will be coming back shortly. We're thinking over the next couple of weeks we're going to relaunch that. So it's all happening. Football season's coming hard and fast, and my wife is really enjoying the fact that I'm going to be gone for the next 9 months.
Take care, boys, and I'll see you next week.
See you, mate.
See yous.